Hello everybody. What's Claudio wearing this Wednesday? This beautiful sunny Wednesday. It's been cold out here. It's been also raining, but we finally have some decent sun and I can make this video out in the open. What's Claudio wearing? This is the Amarone 2-on-2 1.5 breast coat. I usually, if I'm going to wear it with a jumper underneath, I usually leave it open. But as you see, it's got this this short overlap, and thus it's 1.5 rather than a double-breasted. Double-breasted would be a wider overlap. So the Amarone, it's a beautiful. This one's beautiful silk and cashmere and wool blend with this quite big herringbone pattern. Sorry. I've got a for some extra color, I've got a V-neck jumper. I bought this vintage quite some time ago. Underneath I've got a Girona shirt. I've got a vintage tie here. I've got the Giulio trousers. Wear these with braces, and I've got the Goya. I've got the Goya suede lace-ups. Now, I wanted to talk to you about textures. Textures are ever so important when you're creating your wardrobe. And today I purposely wore a few textures just to show you guys some examples. I think it's quite important that if you're going to be wearing something like this coat here, it's quite. I'm quite sure you can see it. It's quite heavyweight and textured, of course. So if you're going to be wearing something like this, be it a tweed, a flannel, that sort of stuff, or any textured fabric, you kind of want to match that with, especially trousers, with something which is equally as textured. Now, it doesn't have to be the same design, it doesn't have to be the same texture, but do wear texture with texture as much as possible. For example, a smooth wool, combed wool, or a mohair, or that sort of stuff, is too plain, often enough too elegant to wear with a heavyweight tweed or flannel or something textured. You don't want to be, you want to go either one way, or all out texture, or without. Now, one thing, if you're going to be wearing denim trousers, that's a whole different ball game. For some reason, denim will kind of go with almost everything as far as coats, jackets is concerned, except for elegant formal jacket. You don't want to be wearing a formal jacket with denim. But what I'm saying is that denims has its and in a way, of course, denim is a texture. So that's kind of why it'll fit with other textured jackets. So yeah, denim. But if you're wearing, besides denim, if you're wearing corduroy, if you're wearing wool, linen, again, linen is another thing. Although linen I would kind of put in a different category. For me, linen, you just wear linen with linen. I don't usually, I'm talking about jackets and trousers. I'm not talking about shirts, okay? If you're wearing linen trousers, you want to be wearing a linen top. And vice versa. If you're wearing a linen top, you're going to be wearing, you need trousers, linen to pair it. So that's one thing. But as far as wool is concerned, you can have a flannel trouser and a herringbone like this one coat, as long as it's textured. Checks, tweeds, yeah, that sort of stuff. You again, it's mixing and keeping to a texture. So today, for example, even the tie I chose is textured. Okay, it's quite thick wool tie. the shirt I chose is chambray. It's got texture. The knit is a thicker. It's not Shetland, although it's simil Shetland, I would say. Even the shoes, okay. The shoes I purposely wore. Let me see if I can see them. I purposely wore suede shoes, okay. Now it wasn't necessary. I could have worn brogues or just calf leather, but since I'm going with a texture theme, where a suede shoe tops it off. So it's mainly about today's discussion. I mean, is about the textures. If you go with one texture on the jacket, if you're going to go wearing a textured jacket, you kind of want to stick to a textured trouser. It can be a different weight. It can be a different fabric. As I said before, it could be corduroy. Corduroy usually is cotton. But it needs some texture. It needs personality, to complement the top. Now patterns, I'm not talking about patterns. That's a whole different subject. They obviously they need to match or they can clash, but they need to compensate, etc. But it's texture, okay? Probably the same I said before the tie. It would be a good idea to wear, if you're wearing something heavyweight and textured up here and down there, then you want to choose a tie which is not too smooth. You don't want to be wearing a silk tie. Just generally speaking. Then again, I guess it depends on the pattern the tie has, But usually, if you're like today, it's quite a heavy coat, Shetland under here. The trousers, I didn't speak about the trousers. The trousers are tweed. It's very smooth, but they are a tweed with a very slight oatmeal pattern and an overlapping check. Let me see if you can see this. Can you see this? I can't. I've got the sun right into my eye. No, I'm not sure if you can see that. But anyways, the trousers. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there you go. See, so texture here. Trousers are tweed, and the pattern. This is a wide herringbone, and it doesn't contrast. It doesn't. I mean, it complements the oatmeal pattern here. It does have slight window overchecks, but they're very subtle. It's nothing that will ruin the overall look. So yes, textures, very important. Think about that next time you put your outfit together, and try to stick to either a texture or a non-texture. Mixing them up often leads to clashes. Okay? Think about that, and I will see you next Wednesday. Later.